Thank you so much for joining me today. Tzipporah Karin Wisansky, a licensed clinical social worker, a clinical supervisor, and private practice owner. I'm delighted that you are here to talk about Mary Pender Greene's book and her concept on developing your virtual personal board of directors. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, Tzipporah, what was the process like for you to form a virtual personal board of directors? What was that like?
Well, I think it happened over many years. It probably actually started, I guess, consciously once I met Mary at the agency. We worked at the same agency.
Okay, terrific. And so she started to really, I guess, invite you to do this concept with her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Did anything surprise you about your virtual personal board of directors?
I think what surprised me was that I didn't realize that people that were not in my field were going to be on my virtual board of directors. So, for instance, my personal trainer, who now knows, but she didn't know before, is on my board, and I think that was really important to sort of really think, really branch out.
Yeah, another name that people use for a virtual personal board of directors is VP BOD, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, so what is your personal trainer's role on your VP BOD?
Well, there was a time I was trying to really build up my private practice, and she was really, really encouraging and said, well, have you tried this or have you tried that? And I wouldn't have thought of that. And I wouldn't have thought it would come from my personal trainer.
Right, right, absolutely. So it sounds like she's helped you with marketing, like that area of your practice. That's amazing. That's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely terrific. How has having a VP bot impacted your career?
Well, it's definitely helped me to, I guess, move up in titles and I guess as a clinician, being a better clinician, helping my supervisees, and perhaps being on one of their boards, but thinking about that very consciously.
Yeah, absolutely. And how has having a VP bot impacted your decision-making process?
Well, since I'm just one person, I'm limited in my perspective. And one of the things that's been really important is having a diverse board of directors, not just people in different professions, but ethnically, culturally, sexual orientation. A few times things have come up, very serious things, and I needed to reach out to somebody who had a broader perspective than I did. One time I remember reaching out to Mary when one of my clients was very, very upset and felt he had been racially profiled. And I said, Mary, what should I do? And she really gave me advice that I wouldn't have any way come up with myself.
That's terrific. Wonderful. And so having that diversity, right, across professions, right, but also across like age, across gender, across
Yes.
ethnicity, across race, across sexuality. Like it
Yes.
sounds like it really makes a difference, like you said, because sometimes we all have our blind spots, right, and our individual experiences are limited, in large part based on who we are and how we present it. So I think that that's absolutely terrific that this process has been able to help you in that way.
Yeah,
So,
and another thing is sometimes it's something really big, like some agency issue, and sometimes it's something really small. I remember one time I told Mary about a client who needed a coat, and she actually came to my clinic and brought a coat for a particular client.
wow, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. So if you had to choose one single piece, and this is a really key question, but I like to ask it towards the end. But if you had to choose one single piece of educational learning or one piece of advice, feedback, knowledge, strategy that has impacted you the most from Mary's book, Creative Mentorship and Career Building Strategies, How to Build Your VP BOD, what would that be?
So again, I think is to really make it diverse, make the board diverse.
Yeah.
Because it becomes so much greater than if you just have, everybody as social workers, or everybody as psychologists, or everybody, of a
Yeah,
certain age group. I would say
right.
really that's been the most important, really broaden your perspective that way.
Yeah, that's terrific. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I would just say that Mary has been a tremendous impact on my career.
Mhm.
And she's been a really important role model for me.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And it sounds like using some of these strategies has like just been like an outgrowth of that. So that's absolutely terrific,
Absolutely.
Tzipporah. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.